Kasayuran sa Kalambuan, a program that will give knowledge and development of the province of Cebu under the leadership of Governor Junjun Davide. Kasayuran sa Kalambuan gives news and information to involve Cebuanos in realizing Davide's agenda for healthcare and social services, food security and countryside development, education and technical and vocational training, environmental protection and disaster risk reduction, infrastructure development, tourism and investment promotion and development, law and order. Kasayuran sa Kalambuan, every Friday at 10:30 in the morning. Brought to you by the Cebu Provincial Information Office.
Mayong buntag, Cebu, and welcome to another edition of the Kasayuran sa Kalambuan, your weekly press forum, brought to you by the Provincial Information Office, where we bring you news on the programs and plans of the provincial government, especially those in relation to the 6 key development agenda of Governor Hilario P. Davide III. And of course, as promised to you, dili lang ang atong mga programa sa Kapitolyo, labi na ang sa atong mga local government units, ang atong mga municipalities and cities within the province of Cebu. And as you can see, lahi gyud ang atong setup karon because we are here in ang first-class municipality diri sa province of Cebu. We'd like to welcome you, and of course malipayon kay minanaagid mi diri kay it's a very warm good welcome diri sa Municipality of Daanbantayan. Okay, and of course our guest today is none other than the kanang active gyud kaayo, no, maabi-abihon gyud kaayo and maabtik and kugihan gyud kaayo na mayor sa Daanbantayan. Mayong buntag, Mayor Vicente Loot. Good morning. Thank you very much, Mayor. It's really our pleasure. Kay malipayon yung kay minaawi diri karon. It's a very warm welcome. So, of course, let us start gyudayon. Mayor, kamusta ang Daanbantayan? Kamusta? What have we been busy on for the past few years?
Well, as you have experienced when the very first hour you arrive, it's very warm, no? As warm as the people receiving you. And we are actually so busy in preparation for the bigger things to come for Daanbantayan. It comes to development, to socio-economic development, to tourism development, and as well as preparing ourselves to face the new challenges of being host to big-time businesses.
Okay. Big time businesses meaning more investors.
Yes, more investors to come.
I understand, Mayor, that you mentioned this in your 2017 na State of the Municipality address. Katong kaning mga more investors because you are really eyeing by maybe 12 years, 10 years from now. Unta mad syudad na gyud mo ginaimuhang vision for Daanbantayan, Mayor.
Yes, AJ. It's our dream. It's my dream. And of course, any success starts with a dream, and a dream starts with a dreamer. And because I know and I believe that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of your dreams. And libre man ang mangarap. But for Daanbantayan, dili kami kinahanglan muhunong kay nakuha na mo ang pagka first class municipality. When my wife took over, we are fourth-class municipality, and after 10 years, after she left, gisundan siya ni Board San, nahimo nga first-class municipality of Daanbantayan. Now, in my time, I have nowhere to go but up. So I said I have to take the challenge, give myself a target that 10 years from now, or 10 years from the day I had my second SOMA, it was July 2016, I said, in 10 years, Daanbantayan should become a city. If not, reach the requirements of being a city. And I said, 10 years should start that day when I have it announced.
And it's a very big challenge, Mayor.
Yes, actually, it started, and we have actually reaped the result of our labor and hard labor on the part of our employees and the leadership. Kay mo nag-ingon akong atong asunon. Okay, we only have 23 million as our local budget, and the requirement of a city is 100 million. Okay, so kung kami mo asa lang sa amo regular nga increase, then it will take us 70 years before we can reach our target of 100 million. So I said by 2017 we have to reach 30 million as our local income, and by God's grace, at the end of the year, 31 December 2017, we reached our target, 30.6 million, a whooping increase of more than 30% of our previous revenue.
For 2018.
For 2017 actually. And it's unprecedented. There was such no record of a whooping increase until 2017. And this 2018, naanap ko'y taas-taas nga target because at that time wala pang Jollibee. Now we have Jollibee coming already with us, and Mang Inasal and another subsidiary of Jollibee Food Corporation is coming, Mang Inasal and Red Ribbon. So, and there's another extension or expansion by Prince Hypermart to be put up at our market and terminal. And there's a lot more coming, especially in Malapascua. I was there a while ago, and I have to be there on a regular basis, monthly basis, because I need to be on the ground, hear the murmurs, okay? So I would know the needs, no? The needs of the people para makahibaw ko kung unsay ako idapat ngadto nga muhaom sa ilagi kinahanglan. Okay? Both sa community and sa business community.
Speaking of Malapascua, yes, the Daanbantayan's major thrust is really on tourism. And I've been to Malapascua. Island is really one of the best I've seen. Nindot gyud kaayo, but I've heard as well, I've been there 2015, and I've heard that grabe gyud kay improvement from 2015 sa karon compared karon. Say recent na mga developments.
Well,
Mayor.
there's so much economic activity going on. May mga expansions, and but I am more on preparing Malapascua to host more businesses, because you know very well that the cost of development is very high in terms of environmental issues. In fact, when I took over 2016 July, I went to Malapascua September 2016 and meet the business community, and the very first thing that I told them is, I don't want Malapascua to end up as another Boracay. And you know what? They asked me, why? What is in Boracay? Mostly foreigners. I said, I've been there 15 years ago, and I saw Boracay as another environmental time bomb. Boracay has environmentally degraded, and I saw it, and I don't want that to happen to Malapascua. We don't want to lose the beauty of Malapascua. One day we woke up, it's Malapascua is there, the pristine beaches, the white beaches, the clean beaches. Now, with the development, you know, there's just too much trash, rubbish, and Well, because of irresponsible tourists. No? Okay, so we have a common goal now, and I am being supported by our community there and the business community. And in fact, after the election, I'm going to conduct a training for environmental police. Okay, I don't have much people to address the issues on garbage, littering, and the discipline. Although I have enough resources, I have enough funding, but I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time, disposing of it or releasing it from the coffers because. Political reasons. I don't have the majority in the Sangguniang Bayan. So I used my being resourceful. So I mobilized people through volunteerism, and I deputized force multipliers. Okay, for Bantay Dagat, I deployed and deputized fisher folks as my force multipliers. We trained them, and we provided them with mission orders so they can catch illegal fishing activities. Then second, ito namang sa environment, I don't have much people to implement our rules and laws and regulations insofar as solid waste and other environmental laws is concerned. So I will train again and deputize volunteers to become environmental police. Yes, and they will be authorized to issue citation tickets, and we have laws already ready for implementation. We have the national law, so we can use this as our basis to issue citation tickets, and those who are apprehended has three options. One is to pay the fine. Second is to render community service if they cannot pay the fine, or go to jail. Okay, and I am going to use everyone in the island. The community and the business community. Yes.
How receptive are they, Mayor, the community, especially the business owners? Because I believe this is one of the concerns of Boracay that led them to this. It's also because of on how the business owners are receptive, if they are receptive or not. So as far as Malapascua is concerned.
Well, actually, from the very start, they are very receptive and, in fact, open to the idea. And they are more aggressive now, especially when the Malapascua, the Boracay issue went all over the papers, and now it was closed. So, niingon ko sila nga, wa jud di ay ka masayop, Mayor. Yung ko, because it's very telling. You can see sa beaches nila, sa una puti, karon may green na. Well, of course, it's a product of, it's an algae caused by water na, dirty water.
So, pero kung kani, Mayor, the ones that you mentioned earlier, kani mga fines, it's already in place. I mean, kani mga penalties, it's already in place.
Naa naman na siya sa national,
Sa
national
okay.
law. And gamay na lang na siya nga refinement. Pero ang importante, it's the implementation.
Okay. Mayor, as far as tourists, kani mga turista na musulod, is there do we have a kanang account, sa tawag ani, dili pwede mulabaw o ani na count na musulod sa Malapascua? Because I believe that there are other tourist destinations na let's say nila na dapat 50 lang or inani. Do you also consider that for Malapascua?
You mean the carrying capacity? In fact, mauna siya karon ang gihangyo nako sa mga marine biologist. Not only the carrying capacity of Malapascua ang ato i-determine, kundi appeal na ang ato 21 dive sites. Okay, we have 21 dive sites in Malapascua, and we have to determine its carrying capacity. Otherwise, we might lose the underwater beauty of the area. Remember, we are not a destination for vacation, but we are a diving destination because of our 21 dive sites, and it's the only place in the whole world where you can see the treasure shark. But, for those who have no idea yet what is a treasure shark, it's a kind of shark taas siya ikog, mas usahay mas taas pa sa iya lawas ang iya ikog, and it's a pelagic shark, meaning moagi na siya, dili na nimo basta-basta makita, but it's only in Malapascua, in Monad Shoal specifically, imo siya makit-an diha from 5 to 9 o'clock in the morning, because Monad Shoal is its comfort room.
So, wala lang, dili lang kay passing, they actually stay there.
Yes, they stay there in groups para may mga cleaner fish, magpalimpyo sa ila mga mouth and ang ila pang parts of the body.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so, and, but dili lang kay Malapascua, I understand, Mayor, that you also have other islands and islets in Daanbantayan that you're also eyeing. How many islands and islets are there?
I have two islands and several islets, about 5 islets ang daghan na duol sa Malapascua. And nay usa nga layo lamanok nga didto duol sa Masbate, but part of Carnaza Island. And Carnaza Island is part of Daanbantayan, although it's nearer Masbate. Oh yes. Now we actually have a problem, delineation problem, and mo na siya ang usa sa mga ako unya pangayoon nga tabang sa provincial government, because it covers provincial boundary, not municipal boundary. And after it was delineated some time ago, during the time of my wife, suddenly Lamanok belongs to Masbate.
Okay.
Excuse me. But since time immemorial, our people were the ones staying in the place. It's a sandbar, and ang nagpuyo diha mga mangingisda, mananagat gikan sa Carnaza Island.
Okay. So, but yeah, I also heard of this, that there's a misunderstanding that mulay Lamanok is Masbate daw, but it's really sa Daanbantayan gina siya.
Yes, historically, it belongs to Daanbantayan, and geographically, kung imo tan-awon, ngano I'll give you example. Across this municipal building is Kintarcan Island, part of Santa Fe, and it's about 5 kilometers away from here, and it's more than 10 kilometers away from Santa Fe. But why it's part of Santa Fe, not Daanbantayan? Because Santa Fe belongs to the shelf. The shelf that Santa Fe is located. Makita nimo between Santa Fe and Kintarcan Island, mabaw. Mabaw ang dagat. Makita nimo nga dunay mass of underwater structure sa ubos nga nag-connect sa Kintarcan o Santa Fe. Pero sa Daanbantayan, lawom, dili nimo makita sa mapa. The same thing is true to Carnaza Island. Ang Carnaza Island duol sa Esperanza, pero ngano dire sa amo na belong ang Carnaza because of that principle. Nga the Carnaza belong to the shelf nga kung asa nagkabit sila sa mainland Daanbantayan. Okay? And nag-extend na siya hangtod Lamanok. So tanawon gihapon nimo dito sa mapa, ang Lamanok belongs to the shallow portion that connects Carnaza, that connects mainland Daanbantayan. After that, lahom na kaayo. Dili namin nimo makita ang connection between Lamanok and Masbate. So dihang dapita namo ang contentions namo ibase kay murag dunay two conflicting kuan diha kanang references, ang Namria ug ang sa mapa. Ang Namria, I think delineated, pero sa mapa, original map, it belongs to Daanbantayan, ang Lamanok. Yeah.
So, speaking of Carnaza, I've seen in Facebook and other social media sites that this has been featured over and over for the past few months. Kay ang hype na ana sa gyud dito. Can you tell us why, Mayor? And for those na wala pa gyud kibaw aning Carnaza, and I've seen it on videos, it's amazing. It's really nice.
Well, actually, for us from Daanbantayan, Carnaza is just one isolated place. And nindot ang lugar, pero no one will appreciate because of its distance and tungod sa bahod. No? Ang bahod, kusog kayo. And usahay 9 days maglisod ang tao og adto kay tungod dagko ang bahod, kusog ang hangin. And I was there several times. It came to my senses that we need, because of my priority and on my trust in as part of my grand plan of my dream of having this municipality to becoming a city, we need to infuse more businesses, and we need to invite more investors. Pero after a year of trying to know the terrain, no, I found out that I need not go far, because tourism itself is our potential business opportunity. Okay, we have so many blessings, no, God given gift of nature nga maingon ko kinahanglan namo ma-explore. We own the longest coastline in the entire province of Cebu. 80 to 90% of that is tourism potential. We own, or we are facing the 3 seas, tatlong dagat sa west, Tanyon Strait, sa north, Visayan Sea, sa east, Bugo Bay and Camotes Sea. No, and naay daghan, hindi lang Malapascua. So ingon ko, why not offer another? So actually one of my staff, I sent her to Carnaza before she became my staff, and sabi ko, kuha palihog og picture, then i-publish sa public site, no, sa Facebook. And because I know already of the Eco Park being developed by Nurito, former Governor Osmeña. We've been there so many times. We had a talk, and I love nature. I am a nature tripper, so nakita ko ang lugar. Then suddenly, pag post, na problema na siya kay hindi na niya matubag ang daghan kaayo nga pangutana. So ang imo nako gitawgan ako si Mimo, ang anak ni Governor Lito Osmeña, and sabi ko, pwede ba nimong i-open ang lugar ninyo? So sabi niya, pwede. Moto nga gikuha na mo, and somebody ang mga canvassers, we have a group of canvassers there sa Malapascua. Ako sila giingnan nga we have another options, daytime destination other than Kalangaman. Kalangaman layo ko masyado. Direta sa Malapascua, direta sa ato para mabuhi ang ato mga inhabitants dire. So they did, and somebody introduced that 1,000 peso challenge. I don't know who he is, and kalit lang og buto na nakuratan na lang ko nga somebody called me up nga may problema mi sa transport. kay dili na makapaigo ang mga tao, kuyaw na ba kay gigamit bisag unsa na lang ang sakyanan ng gamiton, and wa man gud mi available nga at that time nga legal nga transport facility. So mo nagka problema mi, so karon ang gihimo namo, we took over, then diri ni kuha mi diri sa Malapascua ang mga license nga boats para mo biyahe sa Carnaza. And now suddenly sumikat ang Carnaza, and I am actually going to deploy more tourism personnel, because once nga ma-record na mo, ma-document na mo ang arrivals, maybe we will land on the top 3 already of the tourism awareness in the entire province of Cebu. And I think in the entire region. Yes.
And that, sir, means, I mean, more livelihood means, for example, kaning mga fishermen, instead of just going to Malapascua, mas maka-earn sila kay Malapascua and Carnaza na ilahang. So, mas daghan na sila.
Yes, daghan na sila og opportunity to earn money, because, you know, business propels the economy. Okay, that's a fact, no? And when there's business, we have more livelihood, we have more opportunities, employment, and livelihood for our inhabitants, for our population. Then they need not go far. Okay, so that is actually the reason why I made tourism as my thrust and the center of my future plans, because we need not invite people to come. People will come by themselves and spend money. Okay, so karon, before I said I have found a goose that lays the golden egg in Malapascua. Now I have another goose. Okay, in Carnaza, and actually these two later will join to form a big chunk of my revenue for 2017. As what I have said earlier, ang ato income ni abot og 30.6 million ang local, an increase of 30%. 1/3 of that came from Malapascua. Wala pa'y labot ang uban nga businesses diri sa ano. Now, ang daghan karon ang nangutana, daghan karon ang interested sa Malapascua. In fact, just a while ago, I received a call from another investor. Nangita siya og usa ka property, not less than 3 hectares, para butangan nila sa ila resort hotel. We have now a 5-star resort hotel here, kaning Kandaya, no? They're being serviced now by Air Juan every weekend. They're fully booked every weekend, and karon pa lang na nahitabo. Now, muna nga ingon ko, tourism will bring us to our new destination, which is the city of Daanbantayan. And I envision our place to become the next tourism hub of the province of Cebu, because of so many areas that need to be explored, and naapatay usa ka very interesting area nga nakuha nato ang attention sa DOT, Department of Tourism, kining ato Lanao Lake. We have here a lake, heavily silted na siya, and mawala na ang tubig kay tungod puro na lapok. It's about 18 to 20 hectares, no, and we are planning to have it develop into a water theme park. Then the surround the perimeter as ecotourism park, and the adjoining lots as agri-tourism area. And we have already investors interested. They are asking for the plan, and DOT provided us with 5 million as a start-up fund for tourism master plan of that particular lake. And in addition, just a month ago, the tourism downloaded and have it implemented about 50 million road concreting. Okay, 50 million from Barangay Aguho, muagi sa Lanao Lake. Gawa sa provincial road dito sa may Barangay Lanao, and it's not an ordinary road kay 12 inches ang gibag-on. So meaning to say it's a highway. Dili siya provincial road, dili siya subsidiary or secondary road, but it's a highway tungod kay 15 inches. And what does that mean? They're expecting heavy traffic, okay, going to that Lanao Lake. And we have Japanese investors who are already itching to get a copy of the plan, which is already part of our comprehensive development plan, as consolidated in our CLUP, which I am going to present before Kandayan on my third SOMA this coming July 2018.
Mayor, kaning lake, wala pa ni siya to clarify, wala pa ni siya any, business going on there, wala pa.
Wala pa. It's barren, no? There's water during rainy season, and water mag-subside ang water during summertime, pero dili man jud mahurot ang tubig. Kinahanglan siyang i-desilt. I-desilt na siya para maintain, and then makita nimo ang old beauty niya.
Mayor, speaking of kaning mga, you've mentioned tourism sa nagkadaghan, and you have also mentioned ganina ang participation sa atong community. As far as the protection of the island itself or the place itself, it's already there, but the protection of underneath, like for example, ang corals, kanamayan na, are our residents, murag, kibaw ba sila on how to protect, and what are we doing? Maybe there are some who does not know really the technicalities of it. Are we doing something to help them?
Yes, actually, we have declared some of these dive sites as marine protected areas. And before, wa man kasabot gud ang mga mananagat, but we have explained it to them, and at the same time also to the divers that we need not displace these fisher folks just simply because we were able to identify this as your playground. Okay, kinanglan nga ato ni explain sa ila the importance of declaring this as a marine sanctuary or a protected area, at the same time a dive site, because gusto nato ma-conserve ang diversified life sa marine biodiversity sa ubos and sa ilawom sa dagat, and at the same time ang cycle ba, ang life cycle sa isda dili maputol kay breeding ground man gud kasagaran ang areas nga identified as marine sanctuaries or protected areas. And kung mangisda or managat ang mga tao diha, ma-disturb, so it will result to lesser catch later because gikuha man nimo ang mga breeders, no? So nasabtan man na nila, and later diri naman pud ko mo nagpasabot sa mga divers kay naay abi nila siguro nga kay ibawal nato diri sa usa ka lugar ang mga mananagat, bawal na sa tanan. So ako sila giingnan nga ang gibawal ang marine sanctuary lang and protected areas, but surrounding those areas at a particular distance, pwede sila managat because ang dagat belongs to them, no? And they should not be displaced simply because we want to make business. So nagkasabot naman po sila karon, and there's a peaceful coexistence between fisher folks, marginal fisher folks, and our businessmen.
Okay, Mayor, one concern as well of tourists, local or foreign, when they go to a tourist spot or wherever, is on security. Kamusta, Mayor, ang ato ang pag-secure yun na the tourists that come in, not just the tourists, and even our residents are always safe, especially even katong sa mga islands, naa sa islands, Carnaza, naa sa Malapascua, and also, Mayor, apart from that, another necessity is for the tourists as well is kaning electricity and water. When I went there to Malapascua in a few years back, I believe na medyo dili pa inana ka dako ang supply sa electricity and water. Karon I understand there has been a major change.
Yes, actually, we really have a problem with the source of potable water. Highly saline ang tubig diha, no? Taas kayong salinity, especially Carnaza. You cannot find fresh water. Now, we have an investor who has already committed to put up I think an 80 million facility for water desalination. And nagsabot namin sila ang magbutang og tanan ang pipeline surrounding the island, and to include the fire hydrants. So that will totally change the landscape, okay? The socio-economic landscape with the entry of desalination plant, because we are now going to use potable water. But there are some delays lang, technical delays, because 80 million is not a small amount. And last week na dito doon na technical inspection ang I think ang bank and ang investor, because they need to start already. I told them, you do not wait for second semester, because we are in a hurry for this facility to be started kay tungod sa necessity ang tubig. And karon sa Carnaza, in fact tomorrow we're going to do some groundbreaking for our the ILG assisted program on putting up a small desalination plant for the community. Okay, medyo gamay lang ni siya, pero somehow we can already address the common problem, the lack of potable water in Barangay Carnaza. They used to import water from Leyte, and we found out nga ang ila tubig nga gikuha gikan sa Leyte is contaminated also, no, with coliform. And muna gingon namo nga kung magpadayon dili nato ni solbaron, pabalik-balik ning problema. Remember, we have a cholera outbreak last year, no? I think last February. So we don't want that to happen again. Although we are in continuously doing some preventive activities like cleaning and chlorinating the wells, but that is temporary. So we need to put up a lasting solution.
How about for security?
And on the security, that is one of my dilemma, no? The police provided only 2 alternating policemen on duty. But now I found out usa na lang for Malapascua. Wala sa Carnaza Island. And we had been asking the hierarchy, PNP hierarchy, for additional troops. And sometimes magpadala sila ng people from RPSB, pero di man sad magdugay, ila man sad i-pull out. So ingon ko, there is no sense of permanency, and maglisod mi og adjust pag mawala na pud sila. And again, we don't want security concerns to put down our plans, no? And we need assistance from the PNP hierarchy. Remember, this is not an ordinary tourist destination.
But you know, Mayor, no, when I was in Malapascua, that was years ago, it was, if I could say it personally sa akong experience, it was generally peaceful. I mean, we went around that night, we never experienced any problem. So I think, yeah.
Well, of course, you experienced already how it is to live in Malapascua without security. In fact, some of our establishments there, open lang kayo. Why guardia, why nagbantay? pag sira sa gabi, tabunan lang sa habol ang mga gamit nila. But again, there are two factors that makes a crime. Number one is the desire of the person to commit a crime, and number two is opportunity. And kung ato lang na pasagdan diha nga open ang ato lugar to security intrusion, then we're making someone become a criminal because we're providing him with the opportunity. So it's better na naanatay prevention before tamag ka problema.
Mayor, hanina lang, ang imuhang, what do you call this, message maybe to example those who do not know of Daanbantayan, who have maybe heard of it, but, how would you describe Daanbantayan and your islands, Carnaza and Malapascua, to them that would entice them to come here? And also for those na siguro taga Daanbantayan yun, pero dugay na kayo, wala nakaari, dugay na nakabalik dire, na nasa gawas. What would you tell them on the changes that they may not have seen, but you want them to see?
Well, if I will just tell you that we have made a lot of changes, it will not tickle your imagination. Yeah. But if I will tell you to discover the changes that we have made, discover the beauty of the place, then it's true that the tasting of the pudding is in the eating. Okay, so you should come here and you should discover by yourself, no, whether indeed Malapascua and Carnaza Island in Daanbantayan is a place for you not to miss. No, otherwise you will miss a lot in your lifetime if you will not come here and explore the beauty of our place.
Okay. And with that, Mayor, thank you very much. Thank you, kaayo.
Thank you po sa opportunity. Salamat sa exposure na gihatag nimo sa amo. Kay kami, tuyuunon ang amo lugar. Tuyuunon.
Pero, syempre sa wala pa kabaw, Mayor, ang Daanbantayan gudi ang first LGU na among gi-feature sa out of town for Kasayuran sa Kalambuan. First ni namo na stop, first gid gadi. Kay next is maato na dayon mi sa ubang towns and cities in the province of Cebu. And we're very glad that we came here to Daanbantayan first to hear all your plans and projects.
Yes, and hopefully the next time you're going to see me and interview me, you have more reasons now to stay and spend so many days because the place is inviting you to stay.
I'm sure there will be more reasons, gid kayo, sir. So there will be more reasons, I'm sure of that. And karon gani daghan na kay reasons samot nag years from now. Especially, I'm excited to come here to Daanbantayan City.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you very much to everyone who's watching now on Facebook. And of course, by the way, if you want to watch this again, or yes, this will be on our Facebook. Please do follow us, Cebu Gov PH. We're also on Twitter, Cebu Gov PH, and on Instagram, Cebu Gov PH. Please also subscribe to our website. That's www.cebugov.ph, so that you would also get updates on anything that's happening in the province of Cebu. By the way, this interview will also be played in our radio stations. That's DYCM Monday to Friday, 11 to 2 a.m. 11 to 12 noon, DYLA Monday to Friday, 11 to 12 noon as well, DYKC Monday to Friday, 9 to 10 a.m., and DYRC Monday to Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. Okay, so thank you very much. Again, this is your host, AJ De La Torre Arong. Thank you and see you next Friday.
Kasayuran sa Kalambuan, a program that would give knowledge and development of the province of Cebu under the leadership of Governor Junjun Davide. Kasayuran sa Kalambuan gives news and information to involve Cebuanos in realizing Davide's agenda for healthcare and social services, food security and countryside development, education and technical and vocational training, environmental protection and disaster risk reduction, infrastructure development, tourism and investment promotion and development, law and order. Kasayuran sa Kalambuan, every Friday at 10:30 in the morning. Brought to you by the Cebu Provincial Information Office.